Robert Kiyosaki grew up in Hawaii with two father figures, his real dad, the poor dad, and his best friend's father, the rich dad. Both men gave him advice, but their ideas about money were very different. His poor dad was highly educated and worked a government job, believing in job security and saving money. Rich dad, a businessman with little formal education, believed in creating wealth through smart investing and understanding money. Robert's poor dad told him to study hard, get a good job, and climb the corporate ladder. But his rich dad told him to learn how money works and build his own business to gain freedom. At first, young Robert was confused. How could two people he trusted give such opposite advice? But soon, he realized that most people follow the poor dad's path and struggle financially their entire lives. When Robert asked his rich dad how to become wealthy, he was told to stop working for money and instead make money work for him. Rich dad taught him about assets, liabilities, and the power of investing early on. Robert learned that schools don't teach real financial education, which keeps many people in a cycle of working just to pay bills. He began to study how the rich think differently, not by luck, but by mindset and knowledge. While his poor dad believed owning a big house was a sign of success, Rich Dad said it could be a liability if it doesn't generate income. This shifted Robert's thinking. He started looking at how every decision impacts his finances. Robert started small by investing in real estate and small businesses, learning through trial and error. He wasn't afraid to fail, because each mistake taught him more about how money moves and grows. Rich Dad showed him how the rich legally avoid taxes by using the system and creating corporations. These lessons were never taught in school, but they gave Robert an edge that changed his life forever. Even though his poor dad meant well, he struggled financially all his life, despite having a good job. His rich dad, on the other hand, retired young and had money working for him every day. Robert realized the real difference wasn't just in income, it was in beliefs and habits. Rich Dad taught him to be curious, take smart risks, and never stop learning about money. When Robert became an adult, he used everything he learned to build financial independence. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad to share the lessons that schools and traditional thinking often ignore. The book became a worldwide bestseller, not because it had complex ideas, but because it revealed simple truths about money and mindset. People saw themselves in Robert's story, stuck in the same rat race. His mission became clear: to help others escape the paycheck-to-paycheck life and achieve true financial freedom. He reminded everyone that wealth isn't just about money, it's about choices, knowledge, and courage. Robert proved that your background doesn't define your future. Whether you come from a poor dad or rich dad mindset, you can rewrite your story by changing the way you think about money. Even today, Rich Dad, Poor Dad inspires millions to start businesses, invest wisely, and create income-generating assets. Robert's story is living proof that financial freedom starts with a shift in mindset. The journey wasn't easy. He faced rejection, losses, and setbacks, but he never gave up on his belief in financial education. He chose the path less traveled and opened doors for others to follow. He reminds us that working hard isn't enough. You must work smart, think differently, and take control of your financial destiny. That's the real message behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So many people live their lives stuck, afraid to break away from the system they were taught to trust. Robert's story proves that freedom is possible if you're willing to unlearn and relearn. The difference between his two dads taught him to ask questions, stay curious, and invest in himself, because when you change your mind, you change your money and your future. Your financial future is not determined by your job or your background, but by your mindset, habits, and willingness to learn. Be brave, take control, and let money work for you, not the other way around.